How's it going, Pokefans? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, I'm gonna live stream a little bit with this Tapu Bulu-GX deck, as you can see. So far, currently, I'm running this deck and having 2 victories in a row, so definitely looking forward for more battles with this deck. It's a very interesting concept, pretty much a very identical list that I actually use in my local league, or at my local league. So let's take a look at the first opening hand. Finally managed to get second monitor, and finally I can actually show what people type on the chat, so I really want to say welcome to everybody. Yeah, pretty much all of these Tapu Bulus, Tapu Leles, Tapu Kokos, Tapu whatever they are named. I saw also the water one. The water Tapu, I'm not sure what's the name of it. It's also a very cool card, and I think it's definitely going to see a lot of play in the future. But yeah, so far not the best, not the promising, not the best start, as you can see. And I also forget to change also one card in the deck. I'm definitely thinking about taking that Super Road instead of the Brogue's Grid, but the biggest, yes, Tapu Fini, somebody mentioned. So that's the new one, a water Pokemon that's gonna be released in the future set. I'm still wondering and I'm still thinking what's gonna happen with the rotation for the standard format. It's very interesting to see what's gonna be the rotation. Very bad hand for me after that end. The same thing looks like for my opponent. Well, okay, at least I have the Grubbin, which I'm definitely going to put in play, and I'm just going to pass my turn without playing my stadium, at least for now. Not sure if it's possible to build something with 4 Tapus. Definitely not sure. I mean, they all use different energy types. I mean, theoretically they can't be powered up with the rainbow energies, but still. Not sure how that would looks like. So there's a Hex Maniac. All right, and that's it. Since he decided to play Hex Maniac, what I can do here is I can definitely put my stadium in play and V-Seeker for another N. Well, yeah, I don't want to discard Rare Candy and Lele, but on the other side, well, let's just better go with the Sycamore actually when I think one more time. Come on, what is going on? This is such a bad hand. But okay, I mean, I can at least grab Charjabug and put it into play, so next turn I can have my Vikavolt available. At least it's something. I mean, can put that Vikavolt, can strike with my naturals, with my Horn attack for like 30. So the Sudowoodo is weak to the water, which is interesting. I think that the first Sudowoodo card ever printed from the Neo series was actually weak on the Psychic, or actually on the grass type. I'm still not sure, but this one is actually weak on the water, which makes a lot of sense because when you play Pokemon Crystal, the game, if you want to wake up that Sudowoodo, you actually need to have something to, I think you need to have something to let him drink, but I'm not 100% sure in that. I didn't play that game in a while. I know that I played it when I was like 10 years old. So my opponent decided to play another N, and again I just lost one of my Vikavolts from hand. I didn't even get a Rescue Stretcher. For example, with a Rescue Stretcher, I could definitely grab that Vikavolt from my discard pile. So there we go with the Espeon, and the Psybeam will be effective, that's for sure, but still Still, when I think a little bit better, I actually have very good option to one-hit knockout. Let's just play Skyla for now. I'm gonna grab Ultra Ball, and with that Ultra Ball, I can take something like Grass Energy and Kukui, of course, for the Vikavolt. No, I actually can't one-hit knockout his Espeon, at least not for now, but I can Escape Rope. I can definitely do that. That Escape Rope will help a little bit, at least to one-hit knock out one of his Pokemons from play. He decided to offer me his Sudowoodo. Well, okay, I'm just fine with doing that. Strong Charge for like 2 energies. And to be honest, both energies are gonna go down to my Tapu Bulu-GX, so I can strike with my Naturalist Judgment for like 120 without discarding extra energies. I really want to force him to add a couple more energies and maybe to strike for even more damage counters with his Espeon. So, Escape Rope is one of my favorite item tech cards for any deck, because it can definitely help a lot. That card is just way too good, and this is the reason why they actually decided to reprint Escape Rope in a future set, and they actually decided to reprint it in the secret rare version, so that's just insane. So he decided to hit for like 50. Only 2 energies in play. Yeah, alright. Strong Charge are not gonna happen for now. Alright, so I'm very short. I'm short for some damage counters here. Never mind. Gonna strike for like 120, so he for 180 actually, since this is the Dramp but not the Espeon. I can take two extra prize cards, so that's at least something. Okay, so that's 80. 80, I have Floatstone. I also have Olympia, so I'm just thinking about using Olympia and switching down to my Tapu Bulu. Let me see. Now let's just hit for like 30 this time. Or actually, I can't use ability, so what I can do is just use Olympia and strike with my Tapu Bulu for 180, but I'm also gonna put one more Grubbin in play. Alright, so 180, and next turn I can even just knock out his Espeon with a single Grass Energy, striking for like a 30. So that's just perfectly fine. Alright, so I can play right now that Float Stone and use my Strong Charge. I do have 2 energies available, so they can both go down to my Tapu Bulu, and more than that, time to play that V-Seeker and grab Sycamore for 7. Okay, so down to 1 prize. All I really need is just to play the Brock's Grid and evolve my second Vikavolt, which I didn't put right now in play. I'm just fine. Okay, so yeah, there we go with the Natural's Judgment for like 210 for the week 3 against that Espeon-GX. So let's move on to the another game. So far so good, another week 3. So I'm not gonna complain. Alright, so they actually update the ladder. Oh, let's just accept that challenge. Alright, I'm starting first. So for the opening hand I have Tapu Lele-GX. And looks like I'm gonna play against Garbodor. Oh, nice. So Bridget as a top deck, which means I can set up 2 Grubbins and 1 Tapu Bulu for my bench. Next turn I can have Vikavolt in play. That's pretty cool. Oh, didn't attach energy card. Was so clumsy this turn. Anyways, Rare Candy into Vikavolt, and I can maybe even Lysander for something like Trubbish on his bench to apply some pressure on him. That sounds like a good idea, but the best thing is that I have the Rare Candy available for my Vikavolt, so I can put 2 energies in play. I can also maybe force... Yeah, I can definitely even Lysander that Drampa in the front. Alright, so time for the strong charge. An energy drive for 80. So this is very good turn 1, to be honest. I mean, if I can take 2 prizes against his Drampa before he managed to maybe even set up, I'm just gonna be fine. I'm just gonna be happy with that. So there's a choice band, which means, yeah, with Stadium and Energy, technically he can just one-hit knock out my Tapu Lele with his Berserk. So hopefully that's not gonna happen. Okay, so another Drampa. No damage counters for that Drampa. And one Ultra Ball. That Ultra Ball should be for Garbodor probably. And probably the one with the Garbotoxin ability. Oh no, for the Shaymin-EX. Alright, interesting. In matchup against Garbodor, you really want to play as less item cards as you can. This is basically the... Okay, so Big Wheel GX. There we go, fresh hand of 10. Not bad at all. Alright, so without adding some extra energy cards... Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go for that N. This is for sure. So Ultra Ball for N. Actually for Tapu Lele, then Tapu Lele for N. I can definitely add one choice band and play my strong charge only for the grass energy. So N for 6, and after that I'm just gonna knock out his Drampa. Take 2 prize cards and see what he can do. I think this is pretty much very good opening. I also have my Tapu Bulu ready for the knockout against anything on my opponent bench, so I also have that VA Seeker available. Let's see what my opponent can do for his next turn. Alright, so there is another Floatstone. Drampa is ready to go for that Berserk. Drampa actually have 3 energies available, but my opponent actually need that. He actually needs Team Magma Secret Base and Pokemon on the bench with the Team Magma Secret Base so he can apply some pressure to me. Oh, there's a Field Blower, so I will lose my choice band. This is like... That's the 3rd item card in my discard pile, so not a big deal. And there we go with the Berserk. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 140, 160, 180. But I think I'm just gonna retreat. Yeah, I'm thinking definitely about just retreating here down to my... Yeah, definitely retreat, because he can surprise me. He can definitely surprise me. Stadium, Brock's Grid, just to be 100% positive I can have those energies available. More than that, 1 energy card to be attached, and Nature's Judgment for 180. There we go. So Drampa is knocked out. I just need 2 more prize cards. 2 more prize cards is all I really need. So only 30 damage counters. Well, that's interesting. I have Olympia available, which means I'm gonna play my Olympia down to my Tapu Bulu-GX. After that, I'm gonna just play my strong charge for 2 energies. Both are gonna be attached to my active Bulu. I'm strike with my Nature's Judgment for 120, and next turn, well, next turn I can just end the game knocking out any of his remaining Pokemons from play by discarding all energies available on the Bulu, and that's gonna be it. Alright, so GG, moving on to another game. So right now I have 4 victories in a row with this build. Well, that's actually not bad at all. That's not bad at all. 4 victories means that this deck actually works pretty well. Okay, so starting with my Tapu Bulu, there is a Bridget available in my opening hand, so that's pretty cool. Means that I can keep my Tapu Leles for the Lysander play, or maybe for N. Oh nice, Grubbin as a top deck, so let's just move on with the Bridget for another Grubbin, for one more Bulu, and yeah, that's gonna be... Well, actually, let's put one more Grubbin in play. So that's it. Energy to be attached. After that energy attachment, I'm just gonna pass my turn. For next turn I can Ultra Ball, get myself Tapu Lele for Sycamore, put my Charjabug in play with the rare candy, and with the help of the maybe another Ultra Ball, I can even put that Vikavolt in play with 2 energies for my Bulu in the front, and I can even just take 2 prize cards against his Tapu Lele-GX. So there's a plenty of different options available. Okay, so he decided to go with the double course energy. So I'm gonna take 6 damage counters here. That's not a lot, but still 6 damage counters. Okay, so for Rayquaza and Alolan Vulpix. I like that Rayquaza as a tech because it can actually attach 2 energies from discard pile to your Pokemon in play, as you can see it. It can definitely be a good card, and that's it. That's just 60 with that Tapu Lele. Oh, nice, Floatstone. So Ultra Ball for the Tapu Lele, and the Floatstone should be attached to one of my Pokemons in play. Let me see if I have. Yeah, I do have Escape Rope, so let me see. Let's go with the active Bulu, actually. Let's go with the active Bulu in case if I miss. Yeah, I missed actually a rare candy play here, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Very close even for the knockout here. I'm thinking just about playing that Escape Rope. And even coming with the Charjabug in the front, attaching that lightning energy to him and passing my turn back to my opponent. I mean, I'm probably just gonna evolve into Vikavolt-GX, and that's probably gonna be it. After I evolve into my Vikavolt, I can start to attack with just single energy for like a 50 with the Charge Beam. So it's a decent attack. And it also allows you to attach one energy from a discard pile to your Vikavolt-GX. Alright, so Ultra Ball for another Tapu Lele. Alright, so where's gonna go Ice Blade with 5 damage counters? Okay, so he decided to add 2 damage counters to my Tapu on the bench. Alright, time for the Vikavolt-GX. 240 HP. Since I can strike for 50, I can strike for double Rayquaza, or I might just hit his Vulpix, or maybe force him to attach energy to his Tapu Lele on the bench. I definitely need to play Lysander, since I don't have another option available. That Lysander play should goes down to, well, this is very tough decision, to be honest. Very, very tough. But let's go with the Lele without energy card, at least for now. So I might just buy a turn here, but who knows. No energy for the acceleration. I mean, top deck Rare Candy will work just perfectly fine, because then I can Ultra Ball into my Vikavolt and I can attach 2 energies easily with my Vikavolt to my active Vikavolt-GX. Okay, so he have another double course energy available. That's the third one. Alright, so another N. Ooh, this is very nice. He decided to took the N, and he decided to goes with the N. Alright, there we go. So another Ninetales. The good thing is that I can also heal some damage counters. Let's see. What do we have here available? We have something like a Sycamore for 7. There's also a Choice Band available. I can hit for 80. I really need energies. So let's go with something like a V-Seeker. V-Seeker for Sycamore and Sycamore for 7. I'm definitely searching for that Vikavolt in play with the Rare Candy. There we go. So that's gonna happen. Finally. I'm gonna go with the Strong Charge, and I will just add 1 Grass energy to my Bulu on the bench. More than that, this is gonna be 1 Charge Beam for like the 80. And that's it. So I'm waiting my opponent to see what he's gonna do. Interesting. So there we go with the rough seas. I have rescue stretcher available, which means I can put another Vikavolt in play. There we go. So right now I have actually double Vikavolt. I'm definitely not gonna play my N. But what I can do here is I can knock out his Tapu Lele. And he is out of the range for the knockout, at least for now. So I'm just gonna take 2 prize cards. Okay, so Sycamore and Grass Energy. Another Hex Maniac play. Well, that's interesting. That's definitely interesting. He decided to go with another Hex Maniac here. Meanwhile, he just tried to charge that Ninetales on the bench. I can definitely do something like this. Then I can play my Ultra Ball. Just to throw out some of the resources. Yep, I'm also gonna discard that Vikavolt because I'm not gonna need it. I have too many Vikavolts available. Let's just Sycamore for 7. Energy card is definitely welcome. And there we go, there is the first one. He don't have tools. I really can just rely on that. Rough Seas, so I also have another energy, which means that next turn, well, next turn I can hit for 180 and one hit knock out his Ninetales, or maybe even better, just use my Gigatorn and spread damage around the board. So there's a few different options to go with it. Let's just be patient. I also have V-Seeker available, so I can definitely use advantage with V-Seeker for Lysander. There's another V-Seeker and another Hex Maniac. I don't know why he just wants to use so many Hex Maniacs. I mean, I really don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna use my Olympia right now, probably for the knockout. I'm thinking about doing that. I played only one V-Seeker, so I can definitely play that V-Seeker for Olympia. There we go. So Olympia into my Tapu Bulu. 1 energy to be attached. Let it be grass, but it really doesn't matter too much. 120, 150. Let's just strike with Tapu Wilderness for like 180. It will be enough for the knockout. Why not? It should be enough. Down to 2 prize cards. There's a V-Seeker and Kukui, which means I have victory in my hand if my opponent don't have another Hex Maniac available. Okay, so Sycamore for 7 means that this is it. Of course, if he can discard my choice bet, I still have another one in my hand. So this is definitely it. Okay, let's see. There's a Floatstone, so he definitely bricks a lot. I mean, he played too many Hex Maniacs, and by playing those Hex Maniacs, he just wasted so many turns to do something. And he even right now decided to retreat down to that Rayquaza, but since I have V-Seeker available, I can just easily grab my Lysander and play my Lysander to any of his Pokemons, but to be more interesting and better to see, I'm just gonna use my Bulu Natural's Judgment against his Ninetales for 210 and took my 2 last prize cards. Alright, so far undefeated. Let's move on to another game. The deck list can be found in the video description, just in case if you are wondering where is the deck list, where it can be found. Alright, so Hex, okay. Alright, so there we go. I'm starting another game, playing with the Grubbin. Starting with the Grubbin against Shaman. Alright, at least he can Sky Return with that Shaman. The bad thing about Grubbin is that Grubbin actually requires 2 energy for the retreat. That's a plenty of energy cards for the deck that don't use double Corsair energy, so sometimes you might not be able to retreat, which can be definitely a problem. Speaking about problem, another Ninetales is on the other side. Oh, what a nice top deck this is. This is such a nice top deck that I'm just gonna attach my energy and I'm just gonna play Hex Maniac. Yeah, and pass my turn. I mean, I can discard 1 card from my hand, prevent my opponent from being able to use abilities. And if he don't play another N, I can rare candy into my Vikavolt. Unfortunately, that Vikavolt will be the active one with 3 energy retreat cost. That's like a nightmare to retreat. But still, I have Escape Probe, Olympia, and the V-Seeker for another N. Alright. I didn't expect another N. I was hoping to see maybe a Sycamore. Oh, cool. Rare candy. Alright, so first thing first, rare candy for Vikavolt, then Floatstone, then a Choice Band, and of course 1 strong charge for 2 energies, retreat into my Tapu Bulu. And I'm definitely gonna go with a Hex Maniac since he can just use Shaman for the setup. Well, we'll definitely prevent him from doing that. And 210 for 2 prize cards. So let's see what we can find in those prize cards. Lighting Energy and another Grubbin. I kinda like that. I kinda like that. Okay, so Ramride in the front. There's a Field Blower, so Choice Band and Flowstone to be discarded. Another double Corsair energy for his Vulpix on the bench. And another V-Seeker for, oh, this time is gonna be for Sycamore. This time it is for the Sycamore. So I still depend on the top deck. Alright, so there is a Aqua Patch. So another Aqua Patch and Water Energy in his discard pile. Yep, with the Choice Band can actually allow him to take a knockout against my Tapu Bulu. I hope that's not gonna happen, because if that happens, I mean, he can even strike for 160, he can snipe for like 50, there's a few different options. Yeah, he decided to snipe for like 160. Yeah, the good thing is that you can just discard double Course Energy. Oh, okay, I get lucky. I get definitely lucky here. Ultra Ball. And then Ultra Ball, it's gonna be for my Tapu Lele, since I have another energy available and that Choice Band. And Tapu Lele for the Sycamore and 7 fresh cards. Alright. Field Blower for sure, so I can scrap his Floatstone. And let's just play Strong Charge for 2 energies, Lightning and Grass. Both for my Bulu, and that's another knockout for 2 more prize cards. With my Natural Judgment. I cannot afford myself to use Tapu Wilderness GX, because if I do that, I can definitely swap damage counters, I can heal them actually, but what if he can again gets something like energy and maybe even Choice Band for the one-hit knockout, and I'm just gonna lose also Pokemon, and I'm not gonna take a single prize card, so definitely not good. Okay, let's see. There is another Tapu Lele, but I'm thinking about doing something like a Strong Charge for now, and with my another Tapu Lele, I'm just gonna grab Brock's Grid. So with my Brock's Grid, I can simply refresh my deck with some energies from my discard pile. There we go, 6 energies recycled. And energy drive for 80, meaning the next turn I can end the game just by adding 1 more energy on my Tapu Lele and striking my opponent for like 100. The same thing can apply for him if he decides to add maybe 1 energy. There is Sudowoodo and the Remoraid, so he can have a Beazle hand for up to 5. Oh, Lysander. Okay. Okay, so right now I need Hex, not a Hex Maniac. I need, okay, Lysander into my Vikavolt, which means I need Olympia or maybe Escape Rope to get out of this active position. So it's my turn, and there's a VS Seeker. What can I get with the VS Seeker? Nothing. Pretty much Sycamore for 7. Before I do that, I'm just gonna get rid of his Stadium and Choice Band. That Sycamore for 7 is very huge. There's a Rescue Stretcher, which is definitely gonna go for another Grubbin, so I can have that Grubbin available just in case if he managed to knock me out. Two energies for my Tapu Bulu, and I'm passing my turn back to my opponent. So let's see if he can do something here, maybe to pull a weak 3, but I'm 100% sure that he can't. Even if he can maybe knocks out one of my Pokemons or maybe Vikavolt, I have Tapu Bulu with 2 energies, so just I need Grass Energy and Choice Band for 210. Plus I also have Olympia available for that retreat. There is one Abyssal Hand, but even better, I have VS Seeker. But I don't have Lysander. Alright, my mistake. Oh, alright, and there we go. Okay, so there's a choice band. An Ice Blade for like 50 or maybe 20 to my... Okay, so he decided to go with 20 damage counters here. I'm gonna take my Skyla for that escape rope, of course. And with my escape rope, I can remove my Vikavolt from the front. So Tapu Koko to be promoted in the active spot. Time to attach 1 grass energy only. Only 1 energy. 1 lighting energy and 1 Nature's Judgment. Oh, that's not gonna be enough because of the stadium. 30 less, which means... Yeah, which means I need to use my GX attack for like 120, barely for the knockout. But at least I can heal some damage counters, so that's okay. Sycamore, I have N and Sycamore available in my hand, which means I can just Sycamore for 7 and find what I need. On the other side, yeah, he can knocks me out with his Ninetales. And, oh, Aqua Patch for that artillery. Why would you do that? Okay, Rough Seas. Can he get energy card? Can he get that energy? Yes, he can. And there's a Aqua Patch. Okay, so enough for the knockout, 190. There's another Vikavolt, but I definitely need to play that Sycamore, and I mean, I really want to knock out his Ninetales if it's somehow possible. Let's see, I have too many energies in my hand. Too many energy cards. There is Tapu Bulu, and there is a Grass Energy. Not good. Not enough. Yeah, let's do something like this. Vikavolt-GX with the rare candy. 20, 40, 60, 80, 110. Never mind. 1 energy for the retreat. Let it be lighting. I was definitely hoping for that full line of the cards that I need. Tapu Bulu, energy of course, and the choice band. And I managed to get everything except for that second energy in my deck, so I can use that strong charge. But anyways, he definitely can't power up his active Ninetales, so he can have enough damage counters for the knockout against my Vikavolt. I only have 1 prize available and left, so he decided to use his Mellow. Yeah, but he have 4 Aqua Patches in the discard pile. Okay, Field Blower. That will reduce damage for 30, but still. Okay, so he swapped all damage counters, but I can just Lysander. I don't even need to Lysander, I can just spread 6 damage counters. Oh, I can, I already played my GX attack, so yeah, I definitely needed that energy card for the victory here. So another victory in a row. Deck works just definitely gorgeous. Let's do one more game. Let's do one more game. There's a full deck list just to show you how it looks. 11 energies, 3 of them are actually lighting, 8 of them are actually grass. 3-1-3 line of the Vikavolt with 1 Vikavolt-GX. But yeah, I mean, what to say? Deck works just fine. So moving on to the last game for tonight live stream. Win streak is a 5 plus 1 game that I played against subscriber, which means 6 victories in a row with this build. That's a lot of victories. Okay, so I want a coin flip, which means I'm starting first once again. Ooh, looks like I might just end this live stream with defeat, because my opening hand looks just disgusting. Okay, the top deck is Tapu Koko. Yeah, I mean, energy attachment and passing my turn, that's it. I'm hoping to see maybe an end play from my opponent. Already Psychic Energy for that Espeon GX. Yeah, of course, with the Espeon, you can just use advantage of the Psy Beam on your turn 1. If you go second and confuse your opponent, hitting him for like a 30. That's a big deal. That's definitely a big deal. I have another energy card available. Well, I'm gonna do just something like this and pass my turn. If I can top deck Lighting Energy, there's a good chance that I might pull something out here. On the other side, he can strike for like a 90. Hitting me for like a 90. Ultra Ball, alright, I mean, yeah, energy will just work fine for me. Okay, so Tapu Lele-GX with that Ultra Ball, probably for Sycamore. Sycamore for fresh hand of 7. Will it be? Will it be? Will it be Sycamore for 7? Okay, so still waiting. Oh, Lysander. Interesting. So he might just decide play Lysander and confuse, or maybe just hit for like a 90. 2 different options available, of course. I think he will decide to strike for like Psychic and do 9 damage counters. Yeah. Just another Pokemon as a top deck. And guess what? I will play the Lysander and pass my turn. If I can just top deck Ultra Ball, that can work fine for me because I can take Grubbin, or even better, I can just grab something like a Tapu Lele and play Sycamore for 7. Right now I'm losing 1 prize, actually 2 prize cards because of the knockout. Can I finally top deck something good? Just another rare candy. Oh no. Just another rare candy. And even worse, there's a choice band, so that's gonna be like 120. Yep, 120. It can definitely happen. I mean, once in the 15 games, it should probably happen. It is how it is. So at least I managed to top deck energy card, which means I can use my energy drive for like 100. Since my attack will not apply weakness and resistance, unfortunately, I can't one-hit knock out his Espeon. But if Lele actually applies weakness, his Espeon would be knocked out right now. So he used Pearl City Tree down to me. He didn't decide to maybe just reduce damage counters. There is EV for another Espeon already, so he have 2 of them in play. Oof, it's still a long way to go. I mean, it's still not lost game, but it's very close to be lost. And he decided to go with the Y-GX, so he can add like 8 damage counters onto my, or 7 down to my Tapu Bulu-GX. Okay, and the top deck is Vikavolt-GX. I mean, I have one more turn, but yeah. After 6 victories in a row, a first defeat, but this is not the defeat that you actually try to play against your opponent. This is the defeat when your opponent just win against you because you can't get supporter card. But finally there's a Sycamore for 7 and a Floatstone and a Choice Band. Yeah, I'm still in the game, but for how long? I think I can't say for how long I'm gonna stay in a game. If you have Lysander available, game is over for me. How many item cards I have in my discard pile? 3, so he can strike for like 60. Well, he's short for like a 10. He is short for like 10 damage counters, so the game is definitely not over, at least not for now. It should be over next turn if I don't get maybe Escape Rope and plenty other cards. There we go with the N. Oh, there's a Vikavolt. There's a Vikavolt, but there is no sign. Okay, I'm passing my turn. I'm passing my turn down to my opponent, so I can see what he can do without attaching that grass energy. He still needs to take 2 prize cards of the Seeker play for the Lysander. Ah, come on. That N was just... I could even recover from this game. Simply, how? By using my GX and healing all damage counters, knocking out his Espeon, and then next turn knocking out probably his Garbodor and maybe even his Espeon, but yeah, it ends up very bad for me. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy watching this video. So if you enjoy watching this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Once again, there is the full deck list that I used in today's live stream. So yeah, played like 5-6 games today on the live stream. This is the new deck list with some tweaks. So those tweaks actually includes Vikavolt-GX and pretty much 3 copies of Choice Bands. The deck list is very consistent. It works just fine. That last game was just completely mess. I completely bricked, but on the end, if there was no V-Seeker or Lysander in my opponent discard pile, probably I would maybe even recover from that position. And maybe even win the game at the end, who knows. Anyways, once again, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.